Our next guest says proof of stake, often praised for being a more environmentally friendly way of processing crypto transactions, is the future of blockchain. And staking, which lets crypto holders put their digital assets to work by earning passive income without selling them, is a growing trend. Joining us now is Mохак Agarwal, CEO of ClayStack, a decentralized liquid staking platform. Hello there, Mохak. Thank you for joining us. So you have this report out on the state of staking. First of all, though, could you break down for us what staking is?
Yeah, thanks for having me. Yeah, sure. So in the proof of stake blockchains, what happens is that in order to secure the network, every user has to stake their assets to the validators who are responsible for validating the transactions on the network. In proof of work blockchain, you call them miners. In proof of stake, you call them validators. So to understand the behavior better from the users, we conducted a survey from 999 users to understand what do they like, what are their preferences, what do they don't like. Yeah.
All right. So then you made this report. Can you tell us about some of your key findings?
Sure. Yeah. So, personally, I've been running like validator nodes for 4 years. But even for me, the findings from this report was like kind of mind-boggling. One of the key finding was that 37% of the people said that if they were given a chance, they will not stake again. And the reason that I believe to do regarding that is that in the early days of proof of stake, what happened was people did not have any other use cases apart from staking. So they were very comfortable in staking their asset because these tokens did not have any use case. But as DeFi happened, people did not want to lock up their assets for a mere 5 to 7% or even 10 to 12% yield when DeFi is offering much higher yields. That was like one of the reasons that now people have been looking at alternative yield strategies. And for proof of stake blockchains to be secure, it's very, very important that the overall staking percentage on the network is very high, because the lower the staking percentage on the network, the higher is the attack vector on any chain. In the report, we saw that people mentioned like various reasons due to which they don't want to stake their asset again. One was that the returns were not very meaningful. The gas is too expensive. Staking is too complicated. They want to be able to sell their assets when the price move. Imagine staking an asset, earning 9% yield for a year, and the asset price goes down by 50%. So people want freedom, and that's where what we do at ClayStack is we are giving that liquidity to people, that freedom to people, that you come in, you stake your tokens, you can sell whenever you want, you can participate in DeFi to earn additional yields.
So I think what's cool about your report is that you do go through like some of the bad things about staking or the obstacles to staking, because for a while in the crypto world, staking was kind of portrayed as this magical solution to like all the problems. But speaking of which, we have Ethereum eventually moving towards a staking model, and this again, there's a really, really high hopes around this. A lot of anticipation. What are you anticipating? I mean, do you think this will go smoothly, or do you think they're going to run into some of the problems that you outlined in your report?
I am very positive about Ethereum moving towards proof of stake. There's a lot of active engagement from the community. There's a lot of excitement amongst Ethereum holders as well for this merge. But it's gonna be like step by step. So in the first merge that's gonna happen, the unstaking will not be enabled. So right now, if you stake your Ethereum, and that is unique only to Ethereum, in majority of the proof of stake chains, if you stake your token, you can unstake them, and then there is an unbonding period that once you unstake, you can get these assets back in 30 days, 90 days, 1 year, whatever. But on Ethereum, whatever you're staking right now, until the date is announced for the merge, unstaking is not there yet. So whatever you are staking, it's just like stake. But a lot of people are very excited because after the merge, the staking yield is expected to be as high as like 15% or 10 to 15%. So that's creating a lot of participation amongst investors. But one thing that a lot of users are not talking much about is that on Ethereum, what happens is whenever you stake, there is a limit, that maximum Ethereum that can be staked in a day. And there will definitely be a limit towards how much you can unstake in a given day. And if after the merge, a lot of people want to unstake their Ethereum, the queue for that unstaking will be like too long.
So in your report, you kind of go into the demographics of who's staking. What were the major findings in that, and does it tell you anything about how this business, if you will, it has grown or is developing and the direction it's taking?
I think in the early days of proof of stake, we were seeing a lot more like individual operators who wanted to operate a node. But from the report, we can see that only 14% people now said that they want to set up their own validator node. The challenges of running a validator node: they need a stable internet connection, they need very strong infrastructure, they need a 24/7 monitoring, and they need a team on standby for disaster management. And then the worst of it is that the barrier to entry for majority of the proof of stake chains is becoming higher and higher, meaning that the validators who already have a decent amount of stake, they're just like becoming bigger and bigger. But any new individual validator or a smaller validator who wants to enter the ecosystem is not being able to come. And that brings the problem of stake centralization. So at ClayStack, our aim is to be able to stake assets across multiple validators out there so that we also overcome the problem of stake centralization.